Hey everyone, Frank Menard here. Hey, look, this week I'd like to talk to you about a principle that I think is vitally important to the success of all of us. And that principle is the principle of persistence. Now, what is persistence? What does that mean? Well, persistence means sticking to the decisions that you made and the action steps that you told yourself that you needed to do in order to achieve the goals that you set for yourself, regardless of what happens, regardless of temporary failure or the speed bumps that we hit along the way. So, what I'd like to do today is share with you some suggestions, some ideas on how to make being persistent with your efforts a little bit easier. So, first and foremost, let's start out with, are you clear on what your goal is? Be really, really clear, a vivid picture of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. The more clear that you are, the easier it's going to be to identify why you want that. All right? So be clear, crystal clear about what your goal is. What are you trying to accomplish? Now, because of that clarity, it's going to be easier for you to figure out, why do you want to do it? Right? I think why is extremely important. It's the energy, it's the fuel that keeps us pushing forward. I talked about this in a previous video. We all have to have a why. Why are we doing this? Why are we getting up every morning? Right? One of the most important whys that I ever used in my life was putting my kids through college. Not only putting my kids through college, but putting my kids through college debt-free for both of us, me and them. Right? So that was a huge why. And that why drove me to stay focused on what I needed to do to earn the income that I needed to have to make that happen. Right? So if you're clear and you understand your why, it makes it easier. It gives you a reason to drive even stronger. Right? Don't give up. More importantly, it really helps you stay motivated. If you know what it is you want and you know why you want it, you get really, really psyched up and motivated to make sure that you achieve that mission. So that's number one. Be crystal clear. Be very specific about what your goal is and understand very clearly why you want that achievement. Second, if you have a clear picture, a clear goal, it's going to help you to overcome failure and adversity. Because if that why is pushing you, nothing's going to stop you, whatever it takes. So if you are clear, it's going to help you overcome failure and adversity. Keep this in mind. It's inevitable that you are going to go through some adversity. You're probably going to experience some level of failure on the road to achieving your goal. It's just inevitable. It's going to happen, right? So expect it and then be ready to charge after it and push through. Failure, matter of fact, have a different respect for failure. Failure is simply an opportunity to learn what didn't work. So look at failure as equaling an opportunity to learn. Because failure is simply an event that happened. It's not a destination. If you failed, just figure it out. Identify what's the seed of learning here that I'm experiencing through this little obstacle that I just went through. And always keep in mind that failure is temporary. It's just a detour. You know, if we think about people like Thomas Edison, who failed 10,000 times trying to figure out how to make the light bulb work, they were just temporary defeats. He just kept persevering. He was very, very persistent in his efforts. And he found the secret because he persisted. Right? Temporary detours. Don't worry about it. Third and final thing I'd like to talk to you about today is your attitude. We've all heard it before, positive mental attitude, PMA. But you know what? It's really, really important to have a good positive mental attitude if you want to continue to persist through the challenges that we all face in our life, in our jobs, whatever it is that we're trying to do. Being optimistic, looking for the bright side. You know, behind every failure, there's a silver lining. You know, Napoleon Hill says it in his book. You know, when we fail at something, or when we come up against adversity, it's going to give us an opportunity to receive a bigger or equal benefit. Again, going back to that learning aspect. Self-help. Stay focused on reading things that feed the mind, that helps you stay positive, keeps you focused in the right direction, doesn't allow you to surrender to the temporary failures that you're going up against. Here's a really, really important factor when it comes to positive mental attitude. Who are you hanging around with? Are the people that you hang around with, when you start to feel a little bit uneasy, a little bit of discomfort when you're coming up against obstacles and failure, are the people around you agreeing with you, you should quit, this isn't worth it, why are you doing this? Or are you surrounded by people who support you and won't let you quit? I'm thinking of somebody right now who I know who unfortunately didn't do what they said they were going to do this morning. And I'm going to be that guy. The next phone call I make after I finish with this video is to find out what happened. Why didn't you show up? Why didn't you do it? In a supportive way, not in a critical way. So you surrounding yourself with people who are mature enough to pull you aside, hold you accountable, and support you up so that you can achieve the goals that you said you wanted to achieve, right? Get rid of all those negative thinking people. You don't need them around you. So just to kind of recap today, you need to have a clear, perfect, crystal clear picture of what it is that you want. And then on top of that, you need to identify why do you want it? What is going to push you and drive you through the temporary failures that you'll come up against? Secondly, look at failure or obstacles as a learning opportunity. Why isn't it working? How can I make it work? What am I missing here? Ask yourself those types of questions. And last but not least, surround yourself with eagles. You know what? I watched an interesting video the other day. It talked about eagles. And eagles soar up to 3 miles up in the sky. They don't surround themselves with flocks that might distract them or, hold them down. They soar above the crowd. Identify yourself. Who are the people that can help you the most and support you the most? I hope you found this video helpful today. Persistence is a major key in being able to succeed in your life. So if you liked it, please give me a like. If you know somebody could use this message, going through a tough time right now, please share it with them. And most importantly, please subscribe so you can stay on top of all the messages that I'm putting out there for you, okay? Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon. Have a great day.